Hi Upstreamers, recently we've been talking a lot about Eternal Wallet because it is, the hot wallet of the moment. So today we're going to talk about how to set up Eternal as a browser plugin on Chrome. If you're looking to set it up on iPhone as an app, we have a guide for you here. Let's get stuck in. So we start off with Google and we're just going to write in Eternal. And it'll be the top one that comes up, eternal.io. Click on that. Now they do actually have a web browser wallet, so you could just do it through here if you'd like, but we're gonna go a little bit more fancy than that. So we're gonna get the browser extension here. And you can see it's taking us to the Chrome Web Store. All you gotta do is go add to Chrome. And it's just gonna say, yes, it can read and change all your data. I'm trusting you, Eternal. And it's just gonna download in the bottom. Okay, Eternal has been added to Chrome. So if we click on the little symbol in the top here, it's going to take us to the extension. So we need to create a wallet. So I'm going to click Add Wallet in the top left and Create Wallet. Now we need to name the wallet. I've already got a wallet called Clint's Wallet. So this one we're going to call Salmon Wallet. Then you need to create a spending password. I need to make sure I remember these as well, so I need to get a notepad. Boom, notepad and pen. Okay, so I'm gonna make a note of all of this because I'm gonna keep it in a fireproof safe. It is best to not keep all of these wallet details in like a password manager or something like that, because those things can be hacked and then you lose access to your wallet. So yes, create your wallet and then create a spending password, which is going to be used every time you delegate your ADA or make any transactions. Okay, so we have our spending password. We just need to click save and continue on to the next page. Now you can create multiple accounts per wallet. This is a great feature of Eternal. Before, you'd have to have a wallet for each different stake pool you wanted to delegate to, but in this, you can create up to 24 accounts and delegate from the same wallet to 24 different stake pools. But the more accounts you have, the slower your wallet will load. I'm just going to keep it as one for now because there's only one stake pool I really want to delegate to. So on the next page, you're going to be given your recovery phrase, and this is where your pen and paper really come in handy. So your recovery phrase, if you lose access to your browser or your wallet in any way, you lose your laptop anyway, your recovery phrase is what's going to allow you access back to it again. So this is really, really important. So you need to write it down on a pen and paper. And as I said, keep it in a fireproof safe. So they want to know that no one's watching your screen because this is so important. So you need to tick this box and then tick continue. Here is your recovery phrase, 24 different words. I'd write down the number next to each word as well because you're going to be asked to put them back in this order. So I'm going to do that now. Well, that took a minute. Before you try anything, we have changed a few of these words, so don't even bother trying to hack our wallet. Okay, so they want to make sure that you wrote it down correctly. So they want to make sure you wrote it down correctly, so just click this little box here and then click continue. Now they're going to test you and they want you to write the recovery phrase back in, and this is roughly what it's going to look like if you do actually have to recover your account. So just write them all back in again. Once you start writing, it'll actually come up with the suggestion down here just to write it back in again. So let me get these done and then I'll be right back with you. Okay, so we've written them all in correctly. All you need to do is tick I understand. It's the only way to recover my wallet. Gone over enough, we don't have to say about that again. And click continue. And now we have a new wallet. Before you start to delegate your ADA to a staking pool, you need to obviously get ADA into your account. And one of the great new features for Eternal is you can buy ADA straight from the wallet. This is done through Gardarian, but I'm not going to do it this way. We've actually got a little bit in another wallet, so I'm just going to transfer it from there. So give me a second and we'll be back with another wallet. Okay, so rather than messing around with transferring between wallets, I've actually just restored Clint's wallet to this system. So we're going to use that for staking. So once you have your ADA in your account, you just need to go to staking at the top here. And this is where you can select your pool. I'll be a little bit biased here and say you should be delegating with upstream. So I'm just going to put in UPST and it's going to bring it up right here. Now, just click delegate. And it's going to create a transaction to delegate to that pool. So we need to put in our spending password. And if we scroll down, we can see a transaction preview. It's going to cost 2 ADA to delegate to a pool, and this is going to be only the first time you do it. If you then move between pools, then you won't have to pay that 2 ADA, and then there's just a small fee for carrying out the transaction as well. So all we need to do is click sign. And that has made it a pending transaction. So now we've just got to sit here and wait for it to go through. Should only take, you know, maximum a minute. And here we go, it's been delegated. So if on the main page, if we scroll down, you can see epoch 366, which is in 2 epochs time. That's when we are going to be delegated. So it does take 2 epochs, which is around 10 days before it is actually delegated, and then you'll start receiving your rewards, which should be 4 to 5% APY. If you're looking for a more in-depth view of Eternal and all the different features, you can see that video just up in the corner now. And if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, make sure you give it a comment so we can go up a little bit on that YouTube algorithm. And if you want more content, make sure you lightly tickle the subscribe button. But that's it for today, and I'll see you next time.